Welcome to the Star Classroom with Philip C.
Hey traders, and welcome to another Star Classroom session today. And what we're going to do is take a look at some charts, and we're going to start identifying structure levels, which is also support and resistance. So at the end of this video, you're going to understand not just the price action, but also how to identify different levels of structure, okay, which is the support levels and also the resistance levels. And at these levels, the significance of this is where you are going to find your best trading opportunities, right? If you want to buy the markets or if you want to sell the markets with a good trading opportunity, then this is something that you must understand and do as well in your trading. So with that said, let's go over to the charts right now and start doing it together. All right, let's take a look at structure levels. Following on from the previous classroom session, we identified a bullish and bearish trend. Yes? So we know what that looks like. We have a starting point, we have a move up, we have a pullback, okay? Price action puts in another move up like this, like that, closing above that high. So giving us a high close. We know that that's bullish, okay? The same is true the other way around. We have a starting point here. Price action moves down, okay? And then we have a pullback. Price action puts in another low, okay? Closing below this low. Yes? And then we have a lightning bolt towards the downside. And this is a bearish trend. So we know we have that covered, okay? So we're going to follow on from that and then add on the support and resistance levels. So here's our starting point. We're going to label that in. Label it up. So here's our starting point. We have price action moving towards the upside. Okay, like this. Then we have a initial structure high. Yes. Initial structure high. What happens after that? Price action puts in a move towards the downside. This is our pullback. So have our pullback there, right? And then price action puts in another move towards the upside, like this. And we close above this high right here, giving us a what? New structure high or new structure high right here. Okay. Now, every time the market puts in a new structure high and a pullback, the market creates a level of structure, right? Also known as support and resistance. Okay. As price action, here's our pullback. Yes. As price action pushes up to this level right here, we are now at a what? Remember from last time. This is our decision point. So we have our decision point. Price action has come up into this level of structure to retest the previous highs. So right here, this is a retest at our resistance level. Now, if you remember, at our decision point, if we get a higher close right here, this would give us confirmation of a trend. So here's the decision point. If price action moves towards the upside, giving us a higher close, that would give us a new structure high. However, if this structure level were to hold, okay, and price action cannot push past this, then most likely price action is rejected and may set up a counter trend move towards the downside. So that would be a counter trend opportunity. Or it would start moving sideways, like this, if this resistance level were to hold. So at our resistance level, price can retest, fall short, or close above, giving us confirmation that we are bullish. Now, if price action does close above and create a new structure high, then the market has created another level of structure right here. Okay. So this is our resistance right here. Just go RES. Oops. Undo that. Make it red. This is our resistance level. Okay. Price action puts in a pullback right here. Okay. Then we get a move towards the upside, giving us a new structure high right there, which is also another resistance point up here. Let's just get rid of the decision point right there. Okay. If we do get that confirmation, this resistance level would now become support. So previous resistance becomes new support. In other words, if we were to put in another move like this, so here's our pullback, our previous resistance, if we copy and paste this, make it green. Oops. Right here, our previous resistance becomes new support at our pullback right here. Okay. So resistance, pullback, new structure high, which is another level of structure, which is our resistance level. And then we get a pullback, which previous resistance right here becomes new support. Okay. So this is a level of structure, and this is a level of structure, and this continues. Okay. Another move towards the upside, decision point. If we get a new structure high like this, we put in a what? You got it. A new structure level. So this new structure high is another resistance level. Previous resistance becomes, copy and paste. Previous resistance becomes new support. If price action puts in a pullback like this pullback here is our support level. Copy and paste that like this. And then the process continues. Okay. The significance of this is we want to be in a position where the market is most likely to react from, right? Giving us a high probability setup if we are in a bullish trend right now. We want to look for a buying opportunity. One of the best levels to pay attention to and to buy at That's right, is our support level. This would be a great level to look for a buying opportunity at the support structure level. So one of the best buying opportunities would be at this level. So the support level is the structure level that we want to pay attention to and we want to buy at. That's our best buying opportunity, would be at this support level. So in order to find that over and over, we always look left. Okay, we always look left for structure, because structure acts like a magnet. And you'll see this over and over and over again. And what you will notice is price action loves to come into these structure levels, the support and resistance levels. And I show these levels in the trading videos that I do and post on my socials. You see this all the time. So at this support level, this is your best buying opportunity to get involved in the trend, in anticipation that we're going to continue towards the upside. Okay. Price action puts in a new structure high for our trend continuation trade. We want to wait for a pullback back into a level of structure. Okay. Then we want to buy right here. Okay. So we buy at a support level in anticipation that price will move towards the upside and retest these highs. Okay. And then further on for ongoing targets, right? So that's the bullish. The bearish, starting point right here. Starting point like this. And we have price action moving down. Okay. We have initial structure low this time. Initial structure low, price action puts in a pullback right here. After a pullback, we're looking for a move to continue towards the downside like this, giving us a new structure low right here. At the new structure low, we're looking for a level of structure right here. Price action puts in a pullback like this. Okay. Then we continue towards the downside, reaching our decision point right here. Here is our decision point. Price action can either be rejected from this level, move sideways, or give us a lower low, lower close. We move towards the downside like this, giving us a lower low, lower close. So what does that do? Puts in a new level of structure. Okay. New structure low. From our new structure low, we predict that price action, if we're bearish, right? So we predict that price action puts in one of these. We have a pullback. Okay. Where do we pull back into? Well, look left. We have our previous structure level right here. Make it green. Support. Previous support becomes new resistance right here. Copy and paste this like this. Previous support now becomes new resistance. Okay. Oh, I forgot to label down here as well. Then the process continues. Okay. Price action retests this low, decision point, We get a lower low, lower close right here. Puts in another level. Gives us a support level. New structure low, another support level. Where is price action most likely to pull back into? Look left, structure. Price action, pull back. Previous support becomes new resistance. Right here. So look like this. Previous support becomes new resistance. So that's what it will look like. And then we continue as the bearish move continues. So this is how this is what the structure levels look like. And again, structure acts like a magnet and pulls price action to these levels. So in a bullish trend, they're the best buying opportunities that we have. And in a bearish trend, they're the best selling opportunities that we have. So if we're looking at a trend trade strategy, we want to sell at this level. Yes? And in a bullish trend, you want to buy at a support level. So bearish, sell at a resistance level. Bullish, buy at a support level. Let's take a look at the charts. All right, so I found some bearish examples and I found some bullish examples. And I'm trying to cherry pick these examples too, because the markets can be messy and choppy, that's for sure. But for this example and trying to learn, it's important that I really carefully pick out some clean examples, because the market is imperfect, okay? It doesn't come in on a dime all the time. And when we're creating new structure levels, support and resistance levels, we're essentially creating zones. You'll often see me create sell zones and buy zones. That's because the market doesn't come in perfectly at structure all the time. Sometimes it will be just shy of it and then shoot off, which happens as well. So you can see for our first example, we're also just shy of it here, right there. So this is the structure level that I'm looking at. See, price action comes in, but just shy of it, right? It doesn't come in right there. And sometimes price action, this is what I'm looking at. So we're just shy of this, okay? And sometimes price action will move past this resistance level and come all the way back down to retest the support level. So previous support can become new support, okay? Just wanted to point that out. And we'll go over it right now so it becomes more clear. So we do have our starting point right here, okay? I'm just going to pick this low right here. Will be our starting point. So let's take a look at a bearish example here. Price action puts in an initial high, okay? We have an initial structure high right there. Now, once we put in the initial high, what did we do? We drop an align tool, okay? Whoops. We drop an align tool right here. And this was our level of structure. Do you remember what? This was our resistance level, okay? Right here. Price action puts in a pullback, okay? Copy and paste that. This is our pullback right here. And then we're waiting for price action to continue towards the upside, giving us that confirmation. Price action puts in a new high. We push past the decision point right here, giving us a higher high, higher close. Okay. Copy and paste that. This is our resistance level because it's our new structure high. So the pullback is the support. The new structure high is the high is the resistance. So I have resistance, support, and then a new structure high, which becomes resistance right here. Okay. And as you can see, you're slowly starting to layer on structure levels. And remember, I said look left. So after you put the structure level in, if we look left, you can see the power of structure here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Okay. So that's the magnet effect that structure has. That's what it does. Price action loves the market loves to pull price action into these levels. Okay. So we had resistance, 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 support, and then resistance again, resistance, 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 resistance. And then we come down and then we come up and retest resistance again. And then price action puts in a higher, higher, higher close. And then we do what? We anticipate price action to give us a pullback back down into previous resistance right here. Previous resistance at this red box. We copy and paste that and make that green. We now have support. Yes. Previous resistance becomes new support. So if I copy and paste this red box here, this is resistance as well. So as we come down, giving us our pullback here into support, we anticipate that price action pushes higher because we're in a bullish trend. So now we come up at our decision point, retesting resistance, okay? And then price action continues to move sideways like this at that level. And then finally we get a higher, higher, higher close above this high, or within here, by the way. Price action puts in a higher, higher, higher close with these candles. And then we put in another one of these towards the upside. As we put in a new structure high, we drop in a line tool. Okay. So this is now our resistance. So this resistance becomes new support. So let's copy and paste that again. Right here. This resistance level becomes support. Right here. So price action comes down like this and tests the support level. And then we range. Okay, so we're moving sideways in between resistance and support. Like this. So that's where the market channels. Okay, when price action moves sideways, we're consolidating here. But the overall trend is bullish. So we have a starting point down here. We have a move up, giving us a pullback. Then we have another move up. Okay. We have resistance here at this structure level, resistance at this structure level. Previous resistance becomes new support. And then we get a retest of this resistance level right here. And then we finally get a move towards the upside, giving us a new resistance level. So here's a structure level, structure level, structure level. So at this structure level, if we scroll out and look left, we can see that price action tested here, 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 in there, in here, and right there. So at this level, price action is most likely to react. Again, the power of structure. So we go back to our example here. We range. It's going to move up to this resistance level, and then we come back down. And then we're putting in a pattern formation here, because that's what happens when we consolidate. And then we get another retest of this resistance level. Price action comes down. Then we finally get a big move towards the upside. We close above this resistance level. So once we do that, that resistance level becomes new support. Okay. So price action puts in another move towards the upside, like this. We drop an align tool, and if we scroll out right here, we can find that we have a test here, a little bit in here, test here, almost here. Okay. At this structure level, price action loves to react, right? And what does price action do here? It reacts. Okay. We're going to move all the way down, back down into this support level. So let's copy and paste. Whoops. What was that? Oops. No, don't want to do that. Right. So here's our resistance at this structure right here. Price action moving sideways again. Okay. We come down, testing our support level again. And then we come up like this. And then we put in a little double top here. We come down and retest the support level again. And then we come up. And finally, price action retests that level. And then we get a new structure low. Okay. Price action puts in a new low down here. So if this was previous support, excuse me, then we get previous resistance, right? At this level. So we have price action pulling back. Okay. So we have a minor pullback here. And then we get another move towards the downside. So we don't have to put in another structure level, because if we look left, this was the structure level already in place. And price action being magnetized to that level is already a support level. Okay. Price action comes down at this structure level. We have a support level. So this was support right here, but now becomes resistance. Okay. And at the resistance level, if we're bearish, right, here's how it comes together. If we're bearish and we have price action pushing all the way up into this level right here, previous support becomes new resistance. This is where you would like to sell. Okay. You want your stops above previous highs, which is right here. You want your stops above previous highs. We want to get involved at a structure level. Remember, you're giving yourself the highest probable setup, because what you're looking for is the highest probabilities in trading. That's what you're looking for. So you want to sell at that structure level. So where do you want your targets? Well, you want your targets at a previous structure level as well, right? If we're bearish and we're trend continuation traders, once price action pushes lower, creating a new structure low, then we want to wait for a pullback and sell at a structure level right here. Okay. once price action comes up into this structure level, we want to execute a sell in anticipation price action moves towards the downside. So that would be target 1. Of course it hits, but this is an example. These are the trade setups that you want. Okay. So that's target 1. What you would do is copy and paste that and take a Fibonacci extension and then go from this swing high to this swing low and back up in. Okay. Then you want to measure a 127 for target 2. If I drop in a line tool and I scroll out, look what happens. We come in at structure here, 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 here. Because price action is magnetized to those structure levels, right? So we have a Fibonacci extension for target 2. Now, sometimes price action can come down and then immediately bounce on the 127. And sometimes we get all the way down, right? Which we do. Because price action creates zones. So at these structure levels, we've got zones, okay? So we get a move towards the downside for target 1. Target 2 is at a 127. Fibonacci extension right here. Okay. So target 1 is hit, and then further on we get target 2 right there. As price action, whoops, I don't want to do that. As price action comes down, we create a new what? Support level. Okay. In anticipation that price action is going to head towards the downside. But what happens here? That's a great trade, by the way. Cherry picked, yes, but the example remains the same. You have a 2-to-1 for target 1 and a 3-to-1 for target 2. And you can learn this, right? If you click the link in the description, sign up for the Star Classroom and head over to the Education tab. You can learn this. That strategy, the trend continuation strategy, you can learn that. It is in the platform. So you have direct access to that if you sign up and check it out. And you can also look at this lesson that we're doing more in depth as well. Okay. If you want it explained more in depth, head over to the Education tab, click on Structure, Support and Resistance, and then you can go over this over and over. So now what is price action doing? Okay. Well, we're heading back up into look left structure. Right here. So previous support becomes new resistance right here. So we anticipate price action move up all the way back up into this level. If we do, then we can look for shorting opportunities back down into these lows because we understand the power of structure. We understand support and resistance levels. And if we understand the language of the markets in this way, then we can look for those trade setups. If we're bullish, we want to look for buying opportunities. If we're bearish, we want to look for selling opportunities. Okay. That is what you can do when you understand this. Now, the last thing I want to hit on here is there are trends within trends within trends as well, by the way. And this is what's happening here. So if we get rid of this, this would be your lows right here. But then we get price action moving up. We have a pullback here. Okay. What are we looking for? Another move towards the upside. We close above this high right here. Okay. And then look what happens. We get a move back down into this level. A good buying opportunity. You would have hit targets already right here. Where is your target 2s? Well, if I drop in a Fibonacci extension like this, look at where the 127 comes in at. Look left, structure. This happens over and over and over again, right? So you would want your target, so target 1's a retest of the highs here, right here. But you'd want your target 2's at the 127 because that's another level of structure, okay? If price action is most likely to react at these levels of structure, then we would want to get out of there. If we bought the market, we would want to get out here for our target 2 because anything can happen from here. Price action can move towards the downside, or we can continue towards the upside like this, retesting these highs right up here. But it's all about high probable setups, high probability. That's what we want. And you can do this and set it up when you understand price action and when you understand support and resistance. These structure levels will set up buying opportunities for you and set up selling opportunities for you, right? So if price action does move towards the upside, then we anticipate price action to move back down into this level. Previous support becomes new resistance. Excuse me. Previous resistance right here becomes new support right here. Drop, make it a bit bigger so you can see it. Like this. Okay. Previous resistance becomes new support. And if we continue this, if we continue this right here, and we get another new structure high like this, then guess what happens? This resistance right here becomes new support. And this is our resistance right here. So if price action puts in another move, let's go like this. If price action puts in another move like this, this is your buying opportunity right here. Okay. Previous resistance, price action pushes up. That previous resistance becomes support. As price action moves down into that level, we want to look for buying opportunity towards the upside. Oh, that's doesn't look good. We want to look for a buying opportunity towards the upside right here. Okay. And then, of course, potential target 2s right up there as well. And you can do this by understanding structure, support and resistance, price action, putting it together, and learning the trend continuation trade. But without this going on further and further, that's what I want you to do. Okay, let's go euro dollar right here. Yeah, euro dollar. So all I want you to do is start drawing it in. Okay, we have a move up. Once we have a move up, we can drop in a line tool. Okay. We have a pullback. Drop in a line tool right here. Look left, structure. Okay. Price action moves all the way up, retesting this high. And then we put in another move. And then we finally get a close above. We have a higher high, higher close. So in anticipation, that price action is headed towards the upside. We get another move back, okay? Put in a line tool. So we have a little bit of structure here. We scroll back. We have structure down here at this level, structure in at this level, and then structure at our top level. So if we're live, we're Eurodollar right now. If we're live and we put in another move towards the upside, we have a new structure high. So where is price action most likely to pull back into? Look left, structure here, 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 here. Where does price action pull back into? Oops, I want this one. At that zone, right? At that level. Now price action can push all the way up here if we continue a bullish move. This would be a trend continuation trade towards the upside. If we don't, and we put in another move towards the downside like this, we would be anticipating price action to move sideways. If that's true, then we'd be looking at something like this, a pattern setup, because where do patterns form? In a consolidating market. But now you can see by using it all together, we can continue to follow and read price action, the ebbs and flows. And now you're understanding the language of the markets. Putting it all together, we can combine that into a plan with a strategy, and we can test that and then start trading it live, and then ultimately achieving what it is that you want, which is making profits in the markets. So yeah, if you want further training on this, be sure to check out the link in the description, the Star Classroom. Then head on over to the education so you can watch price action and then structure and then Fibonacci's and then putting it together, and finally start trading a strategy for yourself as well. Okay, so I hope this was valuable to you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And if you're part of my community, you can always reach out to me anyway, which is also available in the Star Classroom too. All right, until next time, be safe, enjoy life, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.